Okay, we're back for video number 2. Wait just a minute or so. Let people join. Got a couple people hopping back on. Welcome back. Looks like Lisa and LaDonna are back. Lisa, I hope y'all have fun this morning. Hi, Angelica. Hope y'all are having a good retreat. I'm glad Angelica's there with you. I know y'all are going to have fun then, being together. I wondered if you're making shirts this weekend, Lisa. And Judy's back. I got on, what? Can't find it? Oh, we're going to find it on the iPad, hopefully. There we go. So Dale can kind of keep up with comments a little bit. Apparently, the iPad's kind of freezing a little bit. Is that where you want to be or not?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Looks like we're going. Well, let me say too, while we're back, happy anniversary to LaDonna and Brian. Tell us how many years, LaDonna. I can't remember if it's 39 or 40. I think it's 40. Are they coming up, Dee?
Yeah. I just got Lisa and Judy.
Okay. Yeah, so happy anniversary.
Donna Fenton just appeared.
Oh, okay. Hi, Donna. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we jump into making the next card, I thought I would share...
40.
Okay, 40 years. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Happy anniversary. We're not too far behind you, but that's awesome. So, hope y'all have a great day. So, we're going to show some projects that I've received through swaps or that I made earlier in the season of this catalog when we did the launch party or with my Facebook Live. So, I've got quite a stack here to show you. So, just showing off that beautiful ribbon with this card and some of that designer series paper that has the pretty foiling on it so you can see how shiny it is. And this would be a good kind of masculine card as well.
Baby Ruth's joining you from Walgreens parking lot.
Oh, hey. And so here is another sample that's a fun fold. This one's really cool. I've never made a card like this before. I've seen it done, but I've not made one. And it's using the bell. So it's using a different stamp set and different designer series paper, but I thought I would still pull that out because the bell from the red foil sheet I thought was really pretty on this card.
Diane's with you.
Hi, Diane. Diana?
Diane Brickle.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Diane. Glad you're here. And then this card also features the bells, just a real simple little card. But again, that designer series paper, some from each of the designer series paper packs, and then the die cut bells. And then this is one that we made way back for the launch party for this catalog and just cased the catalog. So you'll find, this is our version of the card that you'll find inside the catalog showing off that beautiful sleigh. That was probably the first time that I used that tag die. And I absolutely love this card. It really is one of my favorites. And I like using my Wink of Stella on the sleigh after I stamp it in crumb cake, kind of pull some of that color down into the sleigh. And you'll see that in a little bit. We're using it again.
Cherry cobbler.
Oh, cherry cobbler. Yes, thank you. And then here's another pretty card. Now this again, a different stamp set, a different ribbon, but they used just a little piece. This was a swap. She used just a little piece of designer series paper and then some really pretty embellishments. And I think that those actually may be those iridescent pearls from the Halloween, the Magic in This Night suite. So that's really cool how it pulls more of a metallic look on this card. Here is one that we made for a swap that I participated in, and just paired those bells with the Snowflake Splendor designer series paper. And then that's one of those ornate labels that I was telling you about earlier. This Night of Navy, that blue looks really good with silver, I think. Here's one that you've seen before if you watch my Facebook Lives. Again, just a really masculine feel to this card. This could certainly be a birthday card. And again, using that amazing tag. I love that die. And these deer, let me bring that closer. These deer are just beautiful. And I neglected to show you the foil paper that's part of this. It's brushed metallic foil in copper, gold, and brass that's part of this suite. And I'm sure that's super shiny with the light on, but it's very, very pretty. And it really does, when you hold it up next to our other foil sheets, there is that brushed look to it. It's just got a different look. It's very pretty. We'll be using that today. Here's one that features more of the designer series paper from the 'Tis the Season stamp set, designer series paper, and it paired with a different stamp set. Again, a simple little card, but that's really, really pretty.
Julie's with you.
Okay, good morning. Glad you're here, Julie. And then this fun fold, isn't this fabulous? They use the Twill Tidings designer series paper on this swap, but use that fabulous deer. That die cut is just amazing from the foil sheets. So I thought that was a really neat fold. Not sure, I don't remember the name of this. LaDonna might, or somebody might. Is it just a Z fold? I guess so, like a double Z fold though. So I thought that was really, really pretty. Very traditional Christmas card. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on our next bridge fold card. And let me share some measurements with you before I show you the card. This time we're doing a portrait card. So the paper, the cardstock is cut at 5.5 by 5 3/4, and it's scored at 3/4 and 1.5 from each end on the 5 3/4 inch side. So again, let me pull it out of the envelope so you kind of get the little surprise when you pull it out. And then this one is portrait. So I thought that was really cool.
LaDonna says it's an extended.
Oh, an extended Z-fold. Thank you. I knew you would know, LD. So I thought this was really neat to be able to have a little bit longer card. It still measures 5.5 by 4 1/4 when it's flat, so it fits perfectly in the envelope like you just saw. And then when it comes out, it pops up, able to stand up. This one has a little bit more trouble standing up, I think just because these sides are a little bit smaller, but it still works. Again, you could put something on the back. You could write directly on the back, or you could put another little mini note card on the back. So let's go ahead and recreate this card.
Got a Tasha joining you.
Good morning. Okay, let me find my bone folder. And we'll go ahead and bring in our card base. And I'm just going to fold on these score lines first thing. And I'm going to do something a little bit different with the greenery on this card. Once I got this all done, I decided I should have made it look more like a branch. So we're going to alter this one just a little bit, but that's okay. Sometimes when you make your prototype, that's when you learn something that you want to do differently, right? And I don't know that it picks up, but it probably does, that I have a piece of vellum over that designer series paper just to kind of mute that just a little bit.
Sherry said she loves the corn.
Oh, good. I was really happy with how this one turned out. And I used liquid glue a lot when I created this first sample. Let me find my Stampin' Seal Plus. That was kind of a mistake. Using vellum, I really should have used my Stampin' Seal Plus, a dry adhesive, because it took a long time for that to dry last night. So we're going to, I might have cut that wider. I did I not? We're going to make it work. These measurements are off just a little bit, but I'll get you guys the correct measurements. It won't show on the sides. That's okay though. I'm going to move that all the way up. Okay, we'll just adhere that.
Judy says they look like shadow boxes.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true. And I think we'll just go ahead. Looks like maybe I cut that a little bit too skinny, but that's okay. It's gonna work. And you know, I just have that vellum adhered at the top, but I'll show you in a little bit. I don't want to do that. I need my thread for my bells to go on there first. That was silly. Let me see if I can keep from making a huge mess, y'all. Probably not. I'm gonna have Dale hold that for just a second. Oh, I get ahead of myself. I get too excited. Okay, let me kind of figure out how much linen thread I need for each of those, and then I can go ahead and adhere that down. Sorry about that little faux pas there, but we can fix it. There's never mistakes, right? There's never mistakes. We're going to go ahead and adhere those two pieces of linen thread, if I can keep from getting glue everywhere. Well, this one's really going to look different. Okay. Come back around and just kind of bring, because I can always snip it off. I think I had planned to put some tape on there, but it's going to work. We'll make it work, right? This is real life crafting, you guys. Dale's really being an assistant today. We're both going to end up covered in glue. Okay, let me just hold it for a minute. Let that dry for a minute. Whew, that could have, well, we would have figured something out, right? We're creative. We would have figured something out. I probably need to put some more glue on now. That never happens to anybody else, right? It's going to be okay. Yeah, I love the idea that that looks like a shadow box. It really does. Did I lose one of them? Nope, the bells are just going to be more towards the other side, and that's okay. Are they panicking?
Apparently, Tasha says that it has happened to her too.
It's happened to you? Oh, I feel better. I feel better. I'm not alone. Has it happened to you on a video?
She said her fingers and her pants are covered.
Oh,
in
gosh.
glue.
Yeah. That's the way that goes. Okay, we're going to be okay. Woo!
What?
We dodged a bullet, y'all. Okay.
Especially like when I'm woodworking. Why carry a rag when you got paint? Right?
Yeah, this Tombow glue, though, it does not want to come out, even in the wash. So just FYI, maybe keep a damp paper towel or something like that in your craft room, because it does not want to come back out. And that is the voice of experience, you guys. Okay, let's put these little side panels on and give that other a minute to dry.
Jan's back.
Welcome back, Jan. Okay. Fortunately, you don't have to be perfect to be a paper crafter, right?
Tasha said she's not brave enough to sit down and do a video.
Girl, if I can do it, anybody can. Okay. Well,
And being real is.
yeah, this is real life crafting. You know, if you have seen even one of my videos, you know that this is just real life crafting. This is how this works. So let's see. I think we will go ahead next and put our bells on. And I'm definitely going to need to trim these down, but aren't these really, really pretty? I love this die set. Yeah, I went ahead and put one down with the glue dots. That's what I did with the silver one on this first card.
Jan said that they were making cards and were running late.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Jan.
There is a replay.
Yeah, there's a replay, and I'm so glad. You may not want to watch this replay because I'm messing up, but I'm so glad y'all are making cards. That's awesome. Let me trim that one more time. Let's do another little haircut. I think I want them shorter. And we'll go ahead and put our silver bell right down here. And that's just going to hold that thread in place with that glue dot. Now on this other one, I definitely want to pop it up. So we'll just put one little dimensional on the back. Now you could certainly run the thread through the top of the bell if you wanted to, but I didn't. It's a little bit wonky. But I did like overlapping the bells just a little bit. So again, this one's going to look a little bit different, but that's okay. Now we're going to bring in, got lots of little foliage here, and this card base is garden green, but I also brought in some shaded spruce because that's what we have in the designer series paper. So again, I used liquid glue when I worked on this card, our sample, but I found that on that vellum, it just really did not want to dry. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to use some glue dots. And we're just going to come in and bring this foliage. It's going to take a little bit to kind of build what looks almost like the branch where these bells are hanging. So I have a different approach for this card. But that's part of it. You kind of learn as you go sometimes. Oops, just ripped that guy. But I love that you can use the different colors to kind of bring in a little bit more depth there. And just layer them on. Dale did my die cutting for me, so oops. He just cut several. And I actually think that I'll probably come down a little bit further too with that branch. And then I did have a question about the measurements for mystery stamping, and I reviewed those, and I think everything's right. So if you're going to be participating in mystery stamping, be sure and go find that post that gives you your first couple of clues so you can join us in creating a project this morning. We would love that. So let me take a look at this now. I think I need to come down a little bit more. Just having the bridge across the top, it covers up some of that foliage, so I have to add a little bit further down. so that it shows better. Sorry, this is kind of the tedious part, but we're almost there. I think just a couple more branches and we'll be good. I don't think you can really make a mistake on this part. It's just the way that you like it. And then when we put our bridge across there, you'll see what I mean as far as having plenty of greenery up there. Okay. Just kind of checking positioning. Okay, I think we're good though. So the next thing we need to do is go ahead and stamp our greeting. Don't know where my bridge piece is. There it is. And again, I'm just using the Real Red ink. With all of that green, bring in just a little bit more red. And this sentiment says, "May the wonder of Christmas stay with you throughout the coming year." So I thought that was pretty. Okay, let's see how I do this time because it's pretty tight on this little label. Sorry if I got my head in the camera. Nope, that one's a reject. I've got one more shot, y'all. Okay, let's see how this one goes. It's a little bit crooked, but we're going to go with it. It's better than the first one. Okay, so now we're ready to bring in our bridge piece, if I can find it. I lost it again. Here it is. And then, did we use that same die, Dale?
Yes.
That same label die that I showed you earlier from the ornate labels is what we chose to use for this one. And so it does come all the way across. But it's kind of tight. Is that what we used? Yeah. But it's kind of tight, so just to go across both pieces of Designer Series paper was part of what I was trying to achieve. So I do want to come down just a little bit from the top of the card, and again I think we'll use some tear tape so that we just have it adhesive at the ends and I don't get it too far out onto our bridge.
Becky says that's LaDonna sentiment.
That's LaDonna's sentiment? Yes, it is, isn't it? LaDonna loves Christmas. Okay. Just going to snip that little extra piece off. It's kind of hard not to love Christmas too when you're around her, right? I love making Christmas cards. What's your favorite type of card to make? Love that tip, Judy. It really does help getting the backing off that tear tape. If you've burnished it down good. Use that piercing tool on the Take Your Pick tool. Okay, I think I may turn it back upside down again. Let me stop and think though. Why am I having an issue there? I guess I want this side to be. And I want to do one more thing too before I put that bridge on. I think it will be easier to do this now. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool and I'm going to pick up a glue dot and come in with the vellum underneath the bell. I'm just going to add that to help hold that vellum in place. That was that little trick I was telling you earlier that I was going to do. Just to hold that down a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to turn it back upside down, and I'm going to come across. Hope y'all can see that. And add my bridge. I definitely want to cover the top of that Designer Series paper on both sides and then also in the center.
Now, Baby Ruth is driven back home now,
Oh, okay.
and
You're not at Walgreens anymore?
we know she wasn't watching and driving.
No, she wouldn't watch and drive. My bridge is over just a little bit wonky. Let me fix that. I made it just a little bit too tight. Okay. One second while we do some bridge repair. I'm making it look harder than it really is, y'all. Okay, so we've got our bridge now. And it's standing up good. Let's go ahead and put our sentiment so you can see how that, I probably did it about the same though, how that comes down and almost looks like the branch of the tree. Now on this we have to be a little bit careful since we're so close to the top of the card. When we add the sentiment, I just want to put a little bit of glue on the actual bridge. Again, I'm going to turn it upside down so I can really see what I'm doing here and try to get that centered, but also not bring it above the top of the card. A little to the left, yeah. And I'll hold that just for a minute so that that glue can dry. And while that is drying, I'll show you again how easy it is just to fold this up. And I find that if you put the decorative side towards the front of the envelope, it just slides right in, okay? So when you finish, you have a 5.5 by 4 1/4 card, just like our standard cards that we make. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this portrait version of our bridge fold card. And we've got one more to show you. It's gonna add another little twist. We've got one more to demonstrate for you, and then we will be doing mystery stamping. So if you've just joined us this morning, there is a post in this group that shows you the mystery stamping clues, the supplies you need, and also the tools that you need, so you still have time to cut supplies so that you can participate. And we'll do that after that third demonstration. So, and also, if anybody is looking for an additional paper pumpkin kit for this month, we've got a couple available, so just let me know if you would like to purchase another paper pumpkin kit. I think they're $20. So just let me know if that's something that you need. And we'll see you back in a few minutes. Back at 11. Thank you.
The Donna says